Welcome back to another episode of Across the Bifrost. This is Dr. Norbert coming to you from the lovely, idyllic countryside of Norfolk, England. And with me tonight is my dear co-host, Jamie.
I'm coming from a bloody swamp with a man thing in it. Well, I don't know why you got Norfolk and I'm in a swamp.
Well, but, Norfolk is idyllic, but it's also full of swamps.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Yeah, at least where I'm at, it's the fens and the marshes and the wash. Oh. It's all swampy-ish. Well, it used to be. Still some bits now. They're trying to turn some bits back to being more swampy after they've been drained for farmland. But yeah.
Wow, I wasn't expecting some absolute hardcore Norfolk facts. Thanks.
Yeah.
That's
yeah. I'm all about Norfolk now. I feel like it's like I'm a Norfolk champion. Because it turns out the natives aren't that much into native Brits are not very high on people in Norfolk. Yeah, I don't know why. Have you been?
I don't think so.
See? There we are.
There you go. Facts. Cool. Yeah. Well, listeners, you can't currently see us, but we're actually recording this episode in black and white because it's the Elsa Bloodstone episode. Whoa!
Well, what is this? Why is it black and white?
You haven't seen the Werewolf by Night short on Disney Plus? Oh, you should.
You should see that then, yeah.
Okay, there's a black and white version, and it's really, really cool.
It has Elsa in it. Oh, wow. Okay.
It has Elsa in it. Yeah, spoilers. And Man Thing. And your favorite character, Jack Russell, is in it.
Jack. Good old Jack. That's great. Oh, that's amazing. Okay, cool. Yeah, since we're on a kick with the Monsters box, we decided to carry on that train and go into the another very hot on the heels of the Monster box. Another box got released, which had more Midnight Suns characters in it, which was pretty interesting. Not sure why it all came together, but it really fleshed out Midnight Suns quite a bit. So it's exciting times to be a Midnight Suns player.
Yeah, it's great. All these new characters, all these new toys, new leadership, and they still just take Immortal Hulk and bump. But no, very good stuff. And I actually really like Elsa Bloodstone. I think this is probably my favorite leader that you can what am I trying to say? We can take a team and you can take two leaders and pivot between the two. So between Blade and Elsa Bloodstone, I think they're really interesting to do that. You know what I mean?
Well, are you suggesting that they are versatile strategy candidates?
Oh, I didn't think about that. Yeah, maybe.
Ooh.
So anyone doesn't know, versatile strategy is a team tactics card where you can essentially change leaderships halfway through a game and swap it. I don't know, because I feel like both leaderships are really good for the entire game. So I don't know when you would want to swap. But yeah, they're both very good. I think that every Midnight Suns player should take Elsa in their 10, and we'll get into why. But very cool character, very, very cool leadership.
Yeah, cool. Should we get into some of the events that are happening around Europe first?
Yeah.
All right, cool. So we've got a new calendar up to make it easy for you to find events that are on the weekends. So 2-day events on the weekends are all around Europe. That URL is tinyurl.com/MCP Events Europe. So take a look at that and you'll see a spreadsheet of all kinds of events. If your event isn't listed there, just message us and we will get it onto that list. So we encourage people to go to these events. That's why we make this a regular segment of our show, because it's just one of the greatest things that you can do in tabletop wargaming.
Yeah, 100%. And we go to basically all of them, as many as we can.
Yeah, a lot of them,
Norbert and or I will go to these events. So yeah, come and say hello, tell us your hot takes, and tell us what we got wrong on these episodes.
So the next ones that we're going to coming up are there's a MCP Grand Tournament, GT, in Paris, the 12th and 13th of April. So we'll be there and playing in that one, which we're looking forward to. Then in May, we have the next chapter of the Mutant Weekender, our very own event called Extinction Protocol. That is happening in West London on the 17th to 18th of May. And then towards the end of the month, the 30th of May to the 1st of June, that's actually 3 days, Friday through Sunday, is the UK Games Expo, which is kind of like a mini Gen Con that happens in Birmingham, UK.
Yeah. And AMG will be in attendance, and there'll be all their fancy special, GT prizes. It's going to be run by yours truly, the two of us. And it's going to be fun. It's going to be good. It's going to be on my first GT, actually.
Yeah, mine too.
GT, yeah, that's fun.
Yeah, same. So what can people expect those 3 days, Jimmy?
So 3 days. On the Friday, there is a 1 day kind of warm-up event. It's just 3 rounds. So nice and casual, but there are some good prizes to be won for that. And then the Saturday is the main event. So it'll be a 4-round Swiss, which is basically like a knockout. Well, it's not a knockout tournament. No one gets knocked out. we're not America. You basically have 4 rounds where you play, and then on the second day you are put into pods, depending on your kind of ranking on that first day. So the top 8 will go to, what would normally be the cuts in America. They go to the top 8, but it means if you don't make the top 8, you can still play in a pod on the second day, and it's all to play for. And if you win your pod, you win some prizes, blah, blah, blah. So yeah, very good. It's our new format that we're using at all of our events, and it's great. It's really fun, and it means that you can have a terrible first day and then switch it up and come out of a better second day. So,
speaking of which, it's being adopted by other events as well. And the 7th of 8th of June, we're going to, at least I'm going to the Swedish Wind event in Malmo, Sweden. Or the Multiverse. I should change the name of this. It's Multiverse of Malmo, isn't it, technically?
Yes.
And they're doing the same sort of format that we've pioneered.
Yes, I think we're MCP influencers, Norbert.
Wow. Man, does that mean I can quit my day job?
Not yet. We need some more Patreon subscribers for that. Maybe we should do adverts. We should interrupt this and just start doing an advert for BetterHelp or something, like most podcasts do.
Yeah. So yeah, they're doing it. This is at a microbrewery. It's using the same format over those 2 days, and barbecue lunch is included on both days. It's a pretty sweet deal. But later in the month, back in London, the 28th to 29th, we're running an official London GT.
Yeah.
So more of those prizes, more of those sweet, sweet dice that are going to come our way.
The prizes are mad. I don't know if we're allowed to say. No, we are allowed to say. There's like cards, alt art cards, there's foil cards. There's this new thing
called that new board, that new tracking scoring
scoreboard has Wolverine claws on it.
Yeah.
It's so cool. Yeah.
It is very nice.
And there's an acrylic Cyclops card. I don't know what that means, but that's words I've never heard before, so I'm excited. Yeah, big old yellow dice as well.
Yeah, I'm excited for the dice. And lastly is the big one in October. You want to tell us about this one?
October is the WTC, the World Team Championship. It's the ultimate, the number one best MCP tournament in Europe, I think the world, but in Europe. And it's a 5-person team tournament, which is by far the best way to play this game. You team up with 4 buddies or 4 strangers. You can be a ringer. Usually there's like a country looking for people to join their team because they couldn't quite get enough people. And basically you share models across your whole team. So 1 Toad, 1 Bullseye, 1 Baron Zemo. And it's really cool. And it means you get some semi-interesting roster building going on, but it also means that you play together as a team. So if you lose your game, but like 3 or 4 people on your team won their game in the same round, then your team wins and you go through. So yeah, very cool. Best way to play the game by far. And there's space. This episode comes out quite a way away from when we're recording it, Norbert. So there might not be much time to get involved. But that's true. There's a WTC Discord. You can go on there and you can sign up to be a ringer for another team if you don't have 4 buddies to come along with. But yeah, highly recommend it. If there's any event worth traveling for this year, it's that one.
Yeah, but do definitely try to make a event of some kind. Get out of your comfort zone. It's okay to leave the basement. Don't worry.
Yeah, leave the basement and then buy a ticket to the Mutant Weekender and then come to our basement and play with us.
Yeah. Where there's other basement dwellers.
Yeah, all the basement dwellers. We found a basement to dwell in together, and then it's not so bad.
You'll be amongst your people.
Yes.
Okay, let's get to the card. Shall we start with Elsa Bloodstone first?
Let's do it. I don't want to do origin stories this time because I think everyone should go and watch the Werewolf by Night show on Disney+.
Does it talk about her origin story though?
It shows a bit of it because the Bloodstone is a thing.
Okay, yeah, for sure.
So I don't want to.
So she gets her powers off of this Bloodstone. I mean, I think that's which is around her neck, and on the sculpt actually.
Exactly, yeah. And I wouldn't do it if it was a series because series are a lot of time investment. This thing is like I think it's like an hour long, the show, and you see Jack Russell, you see Elsa, you see Manding, and a bunch of other people. So yeah, worth watching if you haven't seen it already. And watch it in black and white because it's really cool.
Is it What If? Is that the series called?
No, it's like an actual thing. It's called Werewolf by Night.
Oh, I see. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Also, before we get onto the card, the sculpt is a really odd sculpt insofar as it seems like it's when it's primed and everything, just seems like pretty ordinary sculpt, like nothing to write home about. But once it got painted up, she's just remarkable. It just looks so good. A very powerful pose.
Yeah.
And features on the character. I really, really enjoy looking at it, but only after it got painted somehow.
That's interesting. I guess. Yeah, it's just a dude with a gun, and then you paint it, and it's Elsa Bloodstone. That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Worth talking about the card art as well. My favorite artist has returned, Patrick Brown.
Okay.
He's done the Elsa Bloodstone art. Basically, any female character that looks like a badass in this game is made by Patrick Brown. There's on one of the new Nova cards, Gamora's on the back, and I was like, I recognize that Gamora looks pretty cool. It's Patrick Brown. Elsa Bloodstone, Patrick Brown. Yeah, my favorite artist, Patrick Brown.
Yeah, and I love the colors she chose for her outfit. That
cool.
Orangey red is really good. Okay, Elsa Bloodstone is also known as Elsa Bloodstone. That's it.
Well, I mean, in a world where everyone's got lame superhero names, if your name is Elsa Bloodstone, it's quite a superhero-y name.
Yeah, but I mean, the Bloodstone is the thing that she found, I suppose, and has around her neck.
Well, she's
right?
the
Or is it a
daughter of
family
someone.
heirloom?
Yeah, it's a family thing. Yeah.
Okay.
She's the daughter of Ulysses Bloodstone.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I'll give her a pass. You're cool. She is affiliated with both Midnight Suns and Defenders. Ooh, we need to talk about Defenders.
Yeah, that's cool.
She's also a leader in Midnight Suns, so we'll come on to that. She's on a 35 millimeter base. Her stats are 4 physical, 3 energy, and 4 mystic defense. Very respectable. She's got 6 hit points on both sides of her card. She is size 2, she moves medium, and she's a 4 threat. I think this is fantastic for a 4 threat, all these numbers.
Yeah, lots of numbers. Lots of really nice and cool numbers.
Yeah. I mean, very straightforward. I mean, but the defense stats are fantastic. 4-3-4 for a 4 threat seems
very
amazing.
Good, yeah. She's a leader that won't immediately fall over. It's pretty good.
Yeah, exactly. 6 and 6 on hit points, but usually leaders pay more, so to speak, in their threat because they have a leadership ability, and she doesn't. I think this is like, if she didn't have a leadership, is what I'm saying, you'd be perfectly fine with this as a 4 threat stat.
I agree. Stats. Good 4 threat. Yeah.
Okay. Should we talk about the leadership first?
Yeah, let's do it. A new leadership. That's fun.
Yeah. So it's Midnight Sun's leadership. It's called Legion of Monsters. Once per turn, when an allied character targets a character with an attack, it can spend 1 power. If it does, you can gain one of the following effects. First one is called Boom. Before damage is dealt, each other character within 2 of the target character suffers 1 damage. Please note, it's each other character, not each other enemy character. So your friends or yourself even will get the damage if you're within 2 of the target character. The second option that she has is Horrify. After this attack is resolved, the target character gains the Root special condition. That seems really good. And after that is Silver Bullet. Damage caused by this attack cannot be reduced or prevented by superpowers or team tactics cards. So it is a fantastic suite of, the boom, you got to play around a little bit, so that's a little rough. But the other ones are really good. Like having the ability to just put root on things, which, as we know, is a really powerful special condition, or to reduce or prevent damage from going down, is fantastic. I mean, that's one of the big claims to fame that Namor has, who's really popular right now. So there's a lot of flexibility with this attack. Have you played against her yet?
I have, yeah, and I really underestimated how annoying getting root all over my team was going to be. It's really good. I think it's the ultimate toolkit, which is brilliantly thematic because Elsa Bloodstone is, she's Van Helsing of Marvel, so she's a monster hunter. So it's just her like box of tricks to deal with anything, which I really like. So yeah, big scary things that have damage reduction, she can just Silver Bullet. Horrify against Asgardians is great because they hate root, and it's really really cool. And just it's awesome. The problem is it's contesting with the bump from Blade, which is one of the best leaderships in the game, right?
Yes.
So that's the trouble it has. But I think you can make a very, very good team, around Elsa with this stuff.
So I tried her at the Belgian Masters as a leader for one of the tournaments that we ran over those 3 days there, and it was okay. Now, of course, it was the first time I tried using her. So those first 3 games, I used her as the leader. And I don't know. Sometimes I guess I didn't have enough power. Sometimes to be able to to spare to do this ability. Sometimes it didn't really matter too terribly much. Like Silver Bullet, the one that prevents damage reduction, is really situational, right? I mean, it all depends on whether you're target has it, something that makes it worth using or not. And it's only once per activation, essentially. So it's like your second attack's not going to be benefiting from this. Root is always quite good to get out, of course. But like Boom, the problem is that she could be within 2 of the target character. Some of your friends could be within 2 of the target character.
Oh,
so
yeah, it's not enemies. Yeah.
Yeah. So you're always having taking that chip damage, which isn't so great.
Yeah.
So I think it's good. It's definitely a good leadership. But as you say, it's like, or I could be taking Bulb. So
yeah,
the question is whether you want Elsa in the roster or the team that you're playing anyway, and then you have to consider whether you need Blade or not.
Yeah, for sure. I think this is always in your 10, rarely, in your squad kind of character. But I think it's a very good leadership to have there just in case, because, there are going to be some matchups that hate it, Web Warriors hate Root, Asgard hate Root, Asgard have, the Bay Ray build, there's damage reduction, you can stop that. So I think, it's just a good backup leadership for when Bump maybe doesn't feel right. The problem is Bump usually feels right. So you have to build around it. But I mean, it's also once per turn. So animals, the animal werewolf by night, he gets an attack, not on his turn. So he can use this leadership then as well.
That's a good point. Yes.
So, anyone that has an attack that isn't during their turn is benefiting from this a bit extra. So.
But going back to your earlier comment about versatile strategy, where you could like switch the leadership in the middle of a game, I don't think it makes sense here either, because both Bump and this leadership, what is it called, Legion of Monsters, both are useful throughout the whole game. So it's hard to see when you want to like turn one off and use the other one instead.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, there's an argument that you do like a Blade, Bump round 1 midline safe grab, with like Hela, like we mentioned last episode. But is it worth a tactics card to do that? No. I mean, to be fair, it used to be, because we had eyes on the prize and that was what people were using it for.
Sure.
But I don't know. I think Bump is, like you say, both these leaderships are great for the whole game. So I think you just choose a game where you want that leadership and you don't worry about the other one.
Yeah. Now, having said all that, after I did that, I did go back to playing Blade for the rest of the weekend and his leadership. But she is a fantastic contributor to a Blade team. Like, I used her quite a bit.
Cool.
Yeah, just not as a leader.
Yeah.
She's just a great model. So let's dig into her. What do you say?
Well, I actually I want to break the mold a little bit. Can we start with run and gun?
Oh yeah, okay.
One of her active superpowers, absolute like defining thing, which I think is great.
Okay, so she's got an active superpower called Run and Gun. Costs 2 power. It costs an action, and the character immediately makes an attack action followed by a move action. So it's kind of the reverse of charge, essentially.
This hit and run, which we've seen loads of times, right? Why is that exciting? Right.
Well, but it's run and gun.
It's run and gun. It's different, yeah. It's also missing some words, some important words. It's missing the words, this superpower may be used once per turn.
That's right. That's a very good point.
So she can run and gun twice. It's an action.
How do you see that as being useful, though?
Yes, great. Her attacks are ranged 4 and 3, which we'll get onto next. And she's so she's clearly like a bit of a back point sitter. But like you mentioned, her stats are great. So you don't mind her sometimes getting in the fray. I just think it's really cool, and it feels really thematic to have this person like running around the battlefield, shooting and running and gunning. I think it's really cool.
I think it is like a Monster Hunter thing, right? Where she's like caught stumbles into a room. There's a monster there. She shoots it. She walks backwards. Yeah. She shoots it and walks backwards again.
It's great.
I love constantly it. Stay out of its range.
Of her like changing flanks. She's like switching flanks, but like shooting things on the way. It's great. It's so thematic. I love it. That is the best line on her card. I think she'll just play like a Van Helsing-esque character, She's just, it's awesome.
I can see that. I guess you have to figure out how to use it to make it, useful. Certainly I can see you using it once. I mean, good old Star-Lord uses his to great effect. And he only gets to use it once per turn.
Yeah.
So using it twice per turn would be interesting to see how you could unlock that.
There's a really simple, way of thinking about it. I think maybe this is how I would start with it to learn how it works. If you're on a B map, like an infinity formula, you can kind of stand on the back point, do a range 4 gun, which is what you're normally doing as a back point setter. But you can run and gun with it. So you could run and gun, do a range 4, and then run and gun again onto the other B. So you've just sort of changed.
That's right. You don't have to run away. This is a good point. You're not running away. You could run towards the thing. Yeah.
Exactly. Run towards the thing. It's just a reposition. A lot of run and guns, people will they'll move forward and then shoot and then hit and run back to where they stood. which is cool. That's a good thing. But like, you get to this is very flexible. You get to do it multiple times.
Oh, I like that, Jamie. So like, you shoot something closer to you, run forward, then you shoot the thing you really want to shoot behind it, but then you run and gun back to where you were in the start.
Yeah,
phase.
exactly. Yeah.
So
instead of, every other character will move and then shoot, hit and run back to where they were, but Elsa can shoot someone on the way, which is just really cool. Yeah. And also, deadline to destruction is now a crisis we have to think about. Is a D map, but squished in the middle. Elsa could be on one point, shoot someone, run and gun, shoot some. She could interact with the secure that she's standing on, do the whole dealer damage to someone, shoot someone, run and gun, shoot someone else, run and gun to the second point, and then interact with that point as well. Yep. Because she's doing builders, so she's probably going to be gaining some power along the way. So I think it's really cool. It feels really thematic. I love it. It's a really cool leader ability because you can just keep her out of danger and but still affecting the fight. It's really nice to see a leader doing that. Yeah.
No, I can see what your point is now that you're talking about, especially on the crises. Interesting. Yeah. So something to keep in mind. That's kind of a thing that makes her unique.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about her attacks then, because they are great. The first one is a physical attack called Monster Hunting Weapons, which is so funny.
Very cool.
It's a generic monster hunting weapon. It's range 4, as you mentioned, which is fantastic. It is 5 dice and 0 power. It is a builder, so you get power equal to the damage dealt. On a range 4 attack, that's pretty nuts. And it's got 2 triggers. One is on the... the crit. On the crit, if you get a crit, you get Cursing Shot. After this attack is resolved, the target character gains the slow special condition. And if you get a wild, you can get the Hellfire trigger. After the attack is resolved, the target character gains the Incinerate special condition. This is just all cash money.
It's all cash money. And with run and gun, you're reliably doing this twice a turn.
Mm-hmm.
So you're just pinging out conditions. Not to mention, you could pay 1 for the leadership. For Horrify and give them root as well.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good point. Yeah. Ooh, does she make it into an apocalypse team yet? No. Well, Horrify won't work, but the other ones do. Maybe.
Yeah,
maybe.
Not bad.
I don't know.
Conditions. I like the idea of if someone's jumped on you, you're at the back and someone's come up to you, you can shoot them, run and gun, to do it twice and get away, and you can slow them if you get a crit on one of those. So you've run away twice and they're now slowed, which I think is really cool.
Yeah. Interesting. Her second attack is a mystic attack called Blood Gem Blast. So this is probably coming straight out of her neck.
Yeah, why is that not called Bloodstone Blast? That's weird.
Well,
I guess it's called Blood Gem around her neck.
Gem, stun, the stone, they're kind of interchangeable.
Yeah, fair enough. Like Sorcerer's Stone and Philosopher's Stone all over again.
Okay, the Blood Gems Blast is range 3. It's 6 dice. It costs you only 1 power. During the pay power step of this attack, the character can spend up to 3 additional power, add 1 die to this attack for each power step this way.
It's like a Sentinel's gun.
Is it? Okay. Yeah. So that could be a 9 dice attack for 4 power, which is a normal spender, like pretty ordinary spender. 4 power gets you 9 die attack, range 3.
You remember we have this whole thing of like spenders are range 3, 7 dice, 3 cost. That's like the weird average that they've tend to have landed on.
Yeah.
This, if you just pay 3 every time you use it, this is a range 3, 9 dice, 4 cost spender, which is actually above the curve. It's extra dice, so it's pretty great.
It is great. It also has a wild trigger called Degeneration. After this attack is resolved, the defender cannot have damage removed from it until the end of the activation phase this round. Wow.
Very cool.
That's so good.
It's more Monster Hunt in tech.
Yes,
it's
that's
like
a good point.
This thing can heal. So Elsa's she's got a little tool for that. She's got a special bullet. Oh, it's so cool. Well, it's not a bullet. This is a Blood Gem Blast. Sorry.
So, I mean, between all the things we've talked about so far, you could see why I liked her just as a contributor to the team as opposed to a leader.
She brings a lot of stuff. Yeah.
She does bring a lot of stuff. It's 4th threat character, so, it's fairly pricey, but you get a lot of value out of that 4th threat, which is what you want.
That spender as well is an absolute Wolverine killer because it's mystic and stop their healing factor.
Yeah.
That's awful. I hate that as an X-Men player. That's really good.
Does make you want to use her earlier in the round, potentially, to try to turn off that healing. So that's something to think about. But it isn't entirely necessary, but you get more out of it if it's earlier in the round.
That's true. Or at the very least, before that character activates.
Yeah, sure.
This will also stop a patch up. If you can see a patch up coming, You know, this will
are
stop
you
that.
sure? Oh yeah, it can't have damage removed from it, right? Because patch up sometimes continues to work because it's not the target character doing the activation. The card is being played by somebody else.
Yeah, so someone else is removing the damage. Yeah, so this covers that.
This covers that. Yeah, so you're fine. Even patch up is thwarted by this ability. All right, she's got 2 other superpowers. She's got a reactive one called Supernatural Senses. It costs 2 power. And when she's defending against a physical or mystic attack during the modified dice step, which means after all the dice have been rolled, everything's been crit, all the rerolls have happened, you get to see basically your final result and your opponent's final result. At that point, you can decide to spend 2 and use this superpower, and you can reroll any number of your defense dice, including skull results. So that means just picking out the ones that weren't successes, and including skulls, and reroll those. This is 100% the same as Blade's ability.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. The only drawback, and this is why people don't like Blade, although she's got the same problem, is that it doesn't work against energy attacks, and that both of the characters have only in quotes 3 defense for energy, which is not bad, but it's usually that they're just so much better at defending against physical and mystic attacks.
Yeah. Cool.
The last one is that's good. I mean, again, makes her very resilient for a 4th threat, which is fantastic.
Yes.
The last one is a passive superpower called Bearer of the Blood Gem. And this is when an enemy character causes this character to gain 1 or more special conditions. After the effect is resolved, the enemy character suffers 1 damage. Additionally, this character cannot be advanced or placed by the effects of mystic attacks or enemy superpowers. So I played Midnight Suns into Apocalypse, and I always carry her in the team on the table because of this ability. It's not the biggest thing in the world, but it does kind of help soften the kind of thing that Apocalypse's team wants to do to you.
Yeah, that's pretty great. I like that a lot. Yeah, it also gets around Apocalypse's healing tech, right? Because he only heals off of enemy attacks, so this will just hurt him.
Yeah, so I always take her against what is it called? Legion of the Apocalypse? Or Servants of the Apocalypse?
Servants of the Apocalypse, yeah.
Yeah, always use that because of that.
Yeah.
So I love her. I used her at Midnight Suns, again, not as a leader so much, but maybe I haven't figured out her leadership very well, but I use her all the time in a Blade run team. And she contributes all the time.
Yeah.
So she's just all around good.
Right. So do you use her as a backpoint sitter?
I do. Yeah. She doesn't. For whatever reason, although she could probably manage to be more in the fray, I feel like she doesn't have to because she's got that long range attack and she's got the run and gun. So she uses that to keep herself safe on top of all the defense tech that she has thereafter.
Yeah. Pretty great. It's a solid 4th threat for sure. I could see, maybe on a B map, you've got Elsa on one back point and Mummy on another back point. Both like resilient, back point sitters. Pretty great.
So where she's also affiliated with Defenders, which is amazing. So the leaders there are Doctor Strange, 1, which you're not going to see, but you will see Daredevil, 1. And his leadership is where you get where once per turn, ally character may reroll a number of its attack dice equal to the number of enemy characters within 2 of itself. Yeah. So basically, the more enemies that you have surrounding with you, the more rerolls that you get.
Yeah.
I think here's the weird thing about it, and with Daredevil leadership, you want characters that are going to be up close with their enemies, because at least then they get that 1 reroll. For the actual target, if not some of their friends being around. But the problem is that she does not want to be very close to enemies.
Yeah, but there is one thing that might help, and I don't know if I've given it away, but I'm a big fan of this. Run and gun. She can run and gun into a position where, she's maybe surrounded by enemies to get the rerolls, and then do a run and gun. So the attack goes off, she gets the rerolls in the danger zone, and then she moves a little bit out of the danger zone, So that's quite cool, I think.
Yeah.
It's not a slam dunk. There are other better defenders for it, but it's not bad.
No.
You sound unconvinced.
No, well, because I was just trying to think it through. I haven't played Defenders in a long time now. I'm just looking at their affiliation list, and I didn't realize how many overlaps they have with Midnight Sun. So Immortal Hulk is affiliated with Defenders, which blows my mind. Man-Thing as well, which we'll come on to in this episode. Shang-Chi, for some reason, Moon Knight, well, Shang-Chi's not a Midnight Sun, but he's just a great character.
He's everywhere. He's
so
affiliated to everything because everyone plays him.
This is some Iron Fist, Moon Knight, Ghost Riders. These are all overlapping with one another. Oh, so is Blade himself.
Oh yeah, basically the same team. It's just Daredevil's in charge.
Yeah. Yeah. That's interesting. So, I'm not sure how she contributes here. I'm sure Defenders players will have figured it out. Only because, like I said, she doesn't want to get into the mix of things. And so that leadership, Daredevil's leadership, is not going to come into play as often with her.
Yeah, there is one card that I wanted to mention. It's a Defenders card, Cover Me.
Okay. Yeah.
So during the power phase, a Defender's character spends 4, and then for that round, whenever an attack targets them, another allied character may make an attack targeting the enemy, which is quite cute for Elsa because she's got range 4. So there's a good chance she'll be within range of the person that hit your friend.
Yeah,
so I quite like that. I quite like, is it after attackers of another ally? I guess it's one. So yeah, you couldn't take this and Silver Sable, who's also affiliated. But it's pretty cool. Cover Me. I like it.
Yeah, cool. So not sure how big she is going to be in Defenders, but she's certainly fantastic in Midnight Suns, in part because she's affiliated, and she adds something that they don't do. They want to get in close, most of the Midnight Suns, to fight, where she does not have to.
Yeah.
She comes with one very cool Tactus card. So let's talk about that next. It's called Covering Fire. It's unaffiliated and reactive, so you could take it wherever she goes. During the power phase, so this is before anything happens in a round. Be careful about that. You can spend 2 power to play this card. While this character is not dazed until the end of the round, once per turn, after the first time each turn, an attack targeting this character or another allied character is resolved. If the attacker is within 4 of this character may roll 5 dice. If it does, it deals 1 damage to the attacking character for each crit and wild in it. So that's a lot of text to say that basically for the entire round that she's not dazed, once per turn, for the first attack targeting this character or another allied character, if the attacker is within 4 of her, she gets to roll those 5 dice and potentially do a bit of damage to them. The triggers sound complicated, but they happen more often than you think. So that's okay, the way that's written. The question is whether rolling 5 dice and hoping to get some crits and wilds for damage is worthwhile or not. On the other hand, the card is only 2 power to play.
That is true. Yeah. I mean, you turned your nose up at my Cover Me card, which was pretty similar to this. Elsa doesn't pay anything. The defending character is 4, and she gets to do actual attacks, which is not just rolling dice. And her gun is like a good gun. She has good triggers on it. So yeah, I think Cover Me is better than Covering Fire, and you weren't a fan of Cover Me. So yeah, I don't know if this isn't great.
It's the problem is that it's you never know what you're going to get with those 5 dice. Is the problem.
Yeah, and it's only crit wild, so often you just won't do any damage.
Yeah, and I think the biggest problem is that Midnight Suns has so many cool cards to begin with that you just don't. I have trouble fitting in any kind of cards beyond their normal ones. And so it has to be a really good card to make a compelling case to make it into your 5, let alone your 10. So, it's hard to justify, I think. But it's okay. It's okay. And again, don't be afraid of those triggers. They come up more often than you think.
Yeah.
Okay. All set for Elsa?
Yeah, I think we've shown how much we like her enough. Yeah. Run and gun, baby. Just run and gun.
Okay. The other character that comes in her box is called Man-Thing. His alias is Theodore Salas. Can you tell us about Theodore? What happened to poor Theodore?
I won't, because you should watch that Werewolf by Night special.
Oh my goodness. Now you're really selling it to me. I need to see that then. Wow. That sounds great. All right, cool.
We should do a Patreon episode, which is like a commentary as you watch it.
Yeah. We could do a live react.
Yeah.
That's what the kids call it, right?
Watch along with us. Yeah.
All right, Theodore Salas. He is a defender and a Midnight Suns character. He's on a medium-sized base, 50 millimeters. So, chunky boy. He has 3 physical defense, 3 energy, and 4 mystic. He's got 6 hit points on his front side, and he's got 5 on his back side. He's a size 3, so big guy. Only moves slow, though, and he is a 3 threat. What do you think of those stats?
Those stats are fine.
I think they're good.
Yes.
He's a size 3 character on a medium base. Okay, he moves slow, but on the medium base, that isn't too horrible.
Uh-huh.
I think that's quite nice for his 3 threat. It makes it quite different from most 3 threats. The hit points is quite normal. 6 to 5 is quite normal. And defenses are also fine. Typically, you'd look for a 3/3, so he gets a little bit better on the Mystic side, so that's okay. I think he's different from most 3s, but on average, when you kind of total up all those stats, they feel like what what a 3 threat ought to be.
Yes, that is fair. Yeah. Also, I mentioned, I think we kind of glossed over it, but the model for this character is amazing.
It is. It's so different than most of the superheroes, so it really stands out because of that. It's very organic.
Yeah.
Got a lot of green, obviously, and all kinds of vegetation. And Hannah's is just chef's kiss. Her paint job came out fantastic.
Yes. Has that been shared on the Across the Bifrost Discord?
I think I don't know. I think it's only been in the London one.
That happen. Yeah. Okay. I will remind her.
But yes, I really enjoyed painting this guy up because he was a nice change of pace from the typical superheroes that we're painting up.
Yeah. There is a bit of a complaint going around that he still comes with a New York City base. Mm-hmm. So people are covering it in like little tufts that you get for other games to make it look a bit swampy.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Put a little Norfolk spin on it. See what
the Norfolk swamp.
Fens. I think they call them fens.
Oh, fens. There you go.
I don't know. Cool. All right, let's go into his attacks. He's got 2 attacks. The first one is a mystic attack called Lashing Tendrils. It is range 3, 5 dice, and 0 power. It's his builder, so he gains power for each damage he deals. And he's got a trigger, which is a wild hit called Reel In. After this attack is resolved, if the target character is size 3 or less, it may be pushed towards this character short. So I have to tell you, I've fallen into this trap more than once with this guy, and I like him a lot for other reasons. But then there are times when I don't use him for his main task, and I'm like, oh, please, get this trigger so I can pull this character in and get it off a point, or get it closer to somebody else who's only got a range to attack, or something like that. And inevitably, I get let down, which is understandable considering a wild hit on 5 dice isn't so easy to do. Yeah. So that's a little rough. So don't go as cool as that ability is. Don't count on it. Just do the attacks and use his other abilities basically than just this Lashing Tendrils.
Yeah, fair.
Okay. His second attack is the Mystic attack, Emotional Agitation. It's also range 3, 7 dice, and a 3 power. After the attack is resolved, the target character gains the Incinerate and Poison special conditions. So this is great. This is fantastic.
Yeah, guaranteed.
Guaranteed. You pay for it, 3 power, okay. But 7 dice and guaranteed Incinerate Poison, yes, please.
Yeah, I love this attack into Web Warriors because it's got 3 things that they hate. Incinerate, so they have less dice to reroll. It's Mystic, so they can't reroll their Spider Senses. And Poison, because they really need that power. This is pretty great. Yeah, nice anti-webs tech here.
Yep, and it's Mystic, so sometimes people have a hard time, worse Mystic defense. So I love everything about this, even though it is Suspender, so you're not going to use it all the time. Okay, superpowers. He's got an active one called Guardian of the Nexus of All Realities. So good. That is 3 power. Choose this character or another ally character within 3 of it and place the chosen character within 3 of its current position. A character can only be affected by it once per turn. This is what you want out of him.
This is why he's here. Yeah.
Yeah, it is so good. For 2 reasons. One is he's tanky. We'll come on to why in a moment. But he's tanky, so you want him to kind of get beat up because either your opponent's not going to beat him up because they don't want him to have this ability, and so then he's like contesting a point, or he's picked up an extract or something like that, or he is getting beat up, and then he gets power, and now he can do these placement effects, which are so good.
Yeah, big time. I like that he can teleport himself with it, and others, and it's multiple times per turn because it's only the character can be affected by it once per turn. So he can teleport himself, teleport someone else. It's pretty great.
So, this is one of his best abilities.
Yeah.
He's got a whole bunch of passive ones, a lot. So the first one is called All Who Know Fear Burn at the Man-Thing's touch. After an attack made by this character is resolved, or after an attack targeting this character is resolved, if damage was dealt and the character is within 2, the enemy character gains the Incinerate special condition. So, you can't complain about this passive because it's free. But the annoying thing about it I found is that it's only within 2. And the problem is he likes to be at range 3.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. So it's another reason why you really want that reel in trigger on the builder.
Yes.
If you don't get 100%. It, you're extra sad.
Yes. I have had that problem too, where I wanted this to go off for whatever reason, and it didn't work out because the reel in didn't happen. So, yeah. But it is, it's like I said, it's free. So sometimes it's fine.
Yeah, true. It's a bit of a disincentivizing of your opponent to attack him, right?
Yes, which is, again, a double-edged sword, because sometimes you want him to be attacked so that you get the power, but other times, if you're being left alone, that means he's holding a point for free.
Yeah, for sure. This ability makes me think of Blob. Blob is like not the most exciting character in the world, but Blob can sit on a back point and kind of pretty reliably hold on to it. I quite like Man-Thing for that as well, to just kind of sit on a back point and be like, you want to get it, you got to go through me, basically.
Yes.
You got to hit me, you're going to get incinerated, and I'm going to teleport myself back on, and I'm going to hit you a bunch of times. So yeah, I think it's he's a single point sitter, I think.
He's one of these guys that you don't think is doing a lot of work for you, but really he's causing a lot of problems for your opponent that you're not really appreciating.
100%. He's got the Iceman effect, which is all the onus. All the onus is on your opponent. So you put Man-Thing on the table, tell your opponent, if you hit him within 2 and deal damage, or if I deal damage to you within 2, you're going to be incinerated, and then just stay quiet for the rest of the game, because your opponent is just going to panic in their own head. Yep. They have to figure it out. It's a puzzle for them to figure out. So yeah, I think it's pretty cool. He's kind of he's like if your MCP squad was like a meal, he's the vegetables. He's like there's just the solid, healthy stuff. They're just good. Like just sit on a point and hold it. That's what you need to do. And every so often he'll teleport your team around and help enable them.
So you say that, and you're 100% correct. But that darn teleport ability is so exciting that you kind of want him to be also not sitting on points away from his friends. Because you want to be able to. You could always walk and then teleport them, but you'd rather be attacking and teleporting. But yes, so something to think about is that the teleport ability, if you're just by himself, he doesn't generate enough power to use it later on in the game, and so that's a problem. So like I've been like doing your thing where I'm very happy in the early part of the game having him score a point or 2, but then like late game I really want those teleports to go off, but he's got no power because I haven't done anything with him, and my opponent hasn't attacked him either.
I think it probably makes him a candidate for just grabbing an extract. So it's like, you got to deal with him. Otherwise, he's going to hold that extract forever, right? And otherwise, they'll power him up or something. Yeah, you need to give your opponent, reasons to acknowledge his existence.
So he's got even more passive superpowers, which should contribute to his tankiness, both of them. So the first one is called Moss and Mud and Swamp.
No.
When this character sounds like Norfolk. When this character is defending, enemy characters do not roll additional dice for crit results in their attack rolls. So it's kind of half of Black Cat's ability. So, which is great. That is a real, not exploding crits are a problem, and he doesn't allow that to happen.
Yeah, pretty great. Not even more reasons to keep him. Yeah, he's just tanky, annoying.
Yeah, exactly. And then he's got other passive superpowers called Healing Factor 2. So he heals 2, which is great. And he's also immune to Hex and Stun, which is good because the stun would be a real problem for him. I find that he doesn't generate enough power as it is. So being stunned would make it even worse. Yeah,
they're quite good at that, AMG, for identifying the characters that would be absolutely messed up by stun and making them stun immune. Like Hulk. Hulk is stun immune. There's a few. Wolverine, Juggernaut. They have like very intricate power economies, and if you stun them, it'll break a lot of stuff. So they're really good at that. Yeah.
So I'm pretty high on this guy. I've used him in all my Midnight Suns games since then. Him and Mummy have become like really, because they're both 3 threats, so they're very easy to stick in. And and they have different jobs.
Yeah.
And so it's been like a great time to be a Midnight Suns player, I got to tell you.
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, definitely. These are both really cool characters, with interesting kits, stuff we haven't really seen before, which is really fun. Fresh.
Have you? Yeah, fresh. Oh, there's that song. I'm fresh. I'm fresh. It's in a Fortnite commercial. Have you seen it?
No, I haven't. But I feel like I've heard it now. You've sung it.
I'm fresh. I'm fresh. It's such a funny thing. So have you faced the man thing?
I have faced the man thing, and it was a pain. It is the same pain that I feel when I face Iceman, in that it's a puzzle I feel like I need to unlock. And he's just annoying enough, like not terrifying. I don't feel great about putting resources into him. At least with Iceman, you can just daze him because he's a mutant. But man thing is like, you have to actually commit, to going into him. And then it's quite a big punishment as you power him up because of the teleporting he can do. So yeah, pretty great. I like him a lot. I think, I was worried he was going to be like a Lockjaw replacement. A lot of people use Lockjaw just to like round one, teleport their big scary thing up the board. Because of his power economy, he can't do it as easily as that, which I like. I think that's good.
Yeah.
So yeah, great character. Don't think we'll see him too often. He's got blob energy. He's a 3 threat that's just like, their one job is to go, I'm going to stand here and not move.
Yeah.
And that's cool. I think you want him on Crisis where he can, round one, he can move once, grab an extract, and then move on a back point. If you can give him an extract, I think that's key, because it's like, I either have this extract for the whole game, or you deal with him, and then he gets to do all his stuff, because you're now you're on fire, and I've teleported you. And So, yeah, pretty cool.
Yeah, so like, him on an F extract with a D secure map is like heaven, because he pulls off one of your near F extracts, and then he moves to the back point on the D.
Exactly. There's also there's a B-shaped extract now as well, right?
Yep, that's right. Yeah. So there's that. Okay. He's got one card, tactics card, that comes with him, which is called Dimensional Quagmire. It's unaffiliated and reactive, so he can take it wherever he goes. And during the power phase, again, be careful at the very beginning of the round before anything happens in terms of activations. You have to play this card, and it costs you 2 power. When this character is not dazed until the end of the round, once per turn, the first time each turn an enemy character begins a movement within 3 of Man-Thing and ends a movement not within 3 of him, roll a die. If the result is a crit wild or hit, place the enemy character within 3 of Man-Thing. So basically it's saying that if you start within 3 of him and then want to walk away from that range 3 of him, there's a chance, essentially a 50-50 chance, that you're going to get teleported back to Man-Thing. And so the bad part of this card is it's still a roll, so it may not happen, which is kind of annoying. On the other hand, if it does happen, that placement is within 3 of Man-Thing. It doesn't have to be near him, doesn't have to be close to him, it could be like behind him, it could be to the side, wherever. And so that you could be put in a very bad place, essentially.
Yeah.
Or if you're trying to run away, he could put you just like right next to him, so that you can't get you have to move. You're not going to get that far away. So there's a lot of upside to it. It's just that darn die roll that's annoying.
Yeah, I'm really disappointed it's a die roll, because we haven't seen anything like this before. And anyone that knows the story of Man-Thing, is really cool and thematic, this card, that you just can't escape. You think you're running away and you're not. So really cool. I can see why it's a roll, because if this was just, it happened on a 3 threat, this would be game winning, right? You just like double walk Man-Thing, into a bunch of people, play this card, and then run your extracts away, right? Or or pay to clips, whatever. So yeah, I can see why it's a roll, but still pretty good. It's just a shame that some games this is going to achieve nothing, because you've played a tactics card and then the roll doesn't happen, and that's just real sad.
That's what the problem is.
Yeah.
So I'm on the fence about it. I think Angus, our local Midnight Suns expert, is pretty high on it, and it's definitely, comes in handy. I could certainly see the reasons why, but I haven't played it. Again, in part because Midnight Suns are so tight on cards as it is, and so I just use the ones mostly that are guaranteed useful.
Useful, yeah. I can see this card, it could be great. Like, if you can identify, your opponent is trying to achieve something that involves them leaving 3 of Man-Thing, right? This is going to ruin their activation.
Yeah.
Because even Namor trying to leave range 3, and then you place him on the other side, like you said, of Man-Thing 1, that's like you basically staggered him. He wasted an action, and then he's going to try again.
Or worse, if he's used his charge to do that.
Oh, great. Yeah, even better. Yeah.
You wreck his charge.
Yeah, exactly. And it might make the Namor player question, do I want to use my charge? Because I don't want to waste it. Maybe I move and then charge. And then if the move goes bad and he comes back. Yeah, so actually I can see this card being situationally good. It's just a bit of a gamble. If you like gambling, try it. And also, like waddling man thing twice. He only moves short. Just moving him twice to be within a bunch of enemies and playing this card, it's like a big kind of, deal with that. Good luck. Hope the dice go well. So it is game winning when it goes well. So I guess, if you've got tactics card slots to burn, take it. I think it's pretty great. Just the roll is a bit of a gamble.
So we've now done everything that's come out for Midnight Suns, and we've said it a few times already, but I think it's a great time to play. You have loads of options. They all do interesting things. The sculpts look amazing. It is just a great time to be playing Midnight Suns.
Yes, I agree. I said it last episode, but I'm going to say it again. I think Midnight Suns are the best affiliation to play if you're new to the game. I would say start with Blade, though. Start with Blade and get a big base guy like Blade and Immortal Hulk. Start there with Midnight Suns, and then you can graduate into playing Elsa, I think, because it's a bit more complicated. But if you're interested in playing monsters and playing Blade, and if Elsa sounds fun to you, then Midnight Suns are a fantastic team to get in for the first time.
Cool. All right, should we move on to Sleeve It or Heave It?
Sleeve it or heave it, take it or leave it. Sleeve it or heave it, can't you believe it?
All right, Jamie, what have you brought for us today? Okay,
I've brought Children of the Atom. So this is a team tactics card. The reason I brought this is because of the Elsa Bloodstone leadership. She's just given out root like it's nothing. And when I played against Elsa Bloodstone the first time, I didn't bring Children of the Atom, and I wish I did. So I wanted to talk about it. Children of the Atom, it's an Uncanny X-Men card. It is active, so you have to play it on your turn. An Uncanny X-Men character may play this card, remove all special conditions from this character. It gains 1 power for each special condition removed in this way, which is pretty cool.
Yeah. So I found this card in today's meta that it is very attractive.
Yes.
But I felt that, and it's a little unfair criticism, it's only one of your characters that gets to do all this stuff.
Yes.
Whereas I want like the whole team to do it because it's so many, if you're playing, if you want to remove conditions, it's because your opponent's got a lot of condition giving out things, which means that a lot of your team members would have conditions on them. And so then it's like, only one gets to remove it.
Yeah, it's very rare. It's very rare that one character is suffering from conditions and the rest of your guys aren't.
And nobody else. Yeah.
And also, it struggles from being compared to a card called Crew of the Milano, which is Guardians of the Galaxy card, which is just far superior to this card. But it's been banned, so this is the best one now left. I think you're right to point out that it can only be used on one character. So I think that this actually becomes. You take it for a few very niche and specific reasons. You take it to remove a stagger. So stagger is a condition. And I used to take it for Logan, where you need Logan's turns to go off because, Logan the Wolverine has great turns, especially if you can get a beam off. And if he gets staggered, it's really sad. And also his power economy is so exact. You need very exact amounts of power. So if you play this card, remove the stagger, you gain 1 power. And it might be all the difference for him. And Nightcrawler is great with this card because Nightcrawler spends power so well. This could be the difference between him being in range and out of range. If he's like shocked and incinerated and out of range, you play Children of the Atom, you now have 2 power to use his Bamf to place into range and go off. So, it's really good for that. I think you should see this card not so much as a special condition remover, but also as a power gain card. So in X-Men teams like, Cyclops and Storm, where they can't generate power as easily as Xavier can, I think this card can come up clutch. This is a every 10 card, I think, for X-Men. You take it in every 10, and you very rarely take it in your 5.
I see. Okay. I was going to ask, because they're so tight on cards. Their cards are fantastic.
So it's hard to fit it in. But I think that, with Apocalypse walking around, I would take this. And obviously, it's not going to fix the problem because Apocalypse is going to give you so many special conditions. Like you said, they're going to be spread across the whole team. but you can use this for a key activation where you just need that character to not be bunged up with conditions and to get a little bit of extra power. So yeah, and obviously we have Phoenix coming soon, which actually the card has probably been released by the time this episode goes out, because Adepticon is next week from where we're recording.
Oh yeah.
So that'll be what we're guessing is the first X-Men kind of kaiju. So big, high threat character. They've already sort of announced that. And that's a character you don't want to be bogged down with conditions.
Yeah, that's true.
Could be big for Phoenix. I'm kind of guessing at the kit, but yeah, if she could be staggered, I assume that's bad, because it's a big 6-step that you want to be achieving stuff. So I think this card starts to get more play.
Yeah. And like we said, there's a lot of conditions flying around more than ever, I think, in the game. And so there'll be good opportunities to use it. Certainly if it's in your 10, where you can decide whether to put it into your 5.
Yeah, for sure. I think if I'm expecting to see Elsa Bloodstone, I take it, because, Root on Nightcrawler just breaks him, by the way, because he's got lots of 0 cost superpowers. So when you root him, he's paying 1 for all the stuff he would normally do for free. Yeah. It really stacks up. It completely cuts him in half. So Children of the Atom on Nightcrawler, to get rid of a root or a stagger, it's basically the same. It's just really, really great. So yeah, I wanted to bring this card up. It's an oldie, but I think it's slowly getting stronger, as you say. They're doing more with conditions these days.
Yeah. Taking a look at the card art, help me out. Who's on the bottom left here? Is that Shadowcat?
I think that's Shadowcat.
Yeah. Okay, that's what I guess. But I have no idea who is the person above her.
That's Marrow.
Marrow, as in like bone marrow.
Yeah, as in bone marrow. You see all the bones sticking out of her.
I see it now. She's got like a little death mask.
Yeah. She's one of the leader of the Morlocks in the sewers.
Oh,
they're mutants that live in the sewers because they're too ugly to come out. Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay. Wow, that's amazing.
Because we're all children of the atom, Norbert. They're all equal. Mutants.
I don't understand that name either. What does that have to do with them?
Well, because they came out in the 60s. How the atom was the
nukes. Everything was about nukes.
Yeah, it was all about that.
But these guys have a gene, not like Bruce Banner getting hit by gamma rays.
I think X-Men's original origin was that because of atomic testing, humans started mutating. I think that was the original origin of.
Oh, I see.
People screaming at this episode. Come tell us on Discord afterwards that I'm wrong.
Yeah. Speaking of which, how can they get a hold of us?
Oh no. Okay, you can come tell me what the actual origin of mutants is. Yeah, I know. We all know it's Eternals. Come on now, the best MCU movie since Endgame. So yes, you can come tell us on our Discord, which is linked below. Go to the Across the Bifrost Discord, and we now have a pets channel that you can post pets in, and I will react to them with emojis because I love animals of all kinds. So yes, and then we also have a Patreon. He
didn't say what kind of emojis, folks. He didn't say. Keep that in mind.
Yeah.
Carry on.
Yeah. I'm a big fan of all pets. Okay. So we also have a Patreon, which you can support us on. We put dojos on there with affiliation experts that we can get our hands on, and also when people win events, we interview them and ask them how they did it and what they were playing, and the episodes go up as close to the event as possible, so you get the most kind of meta relevant information. And eventually those episodes get released for everyone. But if you'd like to support us and what we do, if you like what we do, then it's only £3 a month, and it really helps out. And helps us keep going, helps Norbert stay happy.
Yes. Give us the money.
Please.
We need some money.
Please.
Anyway, we hope you enjoyed the show. Until next time, cheers and happy gaming.